My most memorable Christmas has to be the year that we actually let my daughter, Carson, have a puppy for Christmas. And you have to kind of understand the story behind it. I'm sure you have a lot of time. For about 5 years, Carson was very persistent. Ever since she was able just to even write her name, she started writing a letter every year to Santa. And of course, right at the top of the list was, I want a puppy, and a little puppy, you know, not, forget the fact that we already had 2 golden retrievers that weighed over a total of 175 pounds. She wanted a little puppy she could carry around, and I got that. But the thought of having 3 puppies, dogs in our house was too much for me to handle. So I would come up with an explanation every year that my daughter was very disappointed that she didn't receive a puppy for Christmas, but I wrote Santa. You know, why didn't I get one? I said, well, Carson, you have to understand that when Santa's flying so high, the altitude at that level is extremely cold, and it just would not be safe for puppies to fly at that altitude that they could actually be frozen by the time they got delivered to the home. So that was like one excuse. And then the next year, of course, she said, well, but this is the 2nd year that I didn't receive a puppy. Why not? And I said, well, Carson, you have to understand that when Santa looks at all of these letters, there are children all over the world that do not have puppies. Therefore, the ones who have 0 puppies and dogs currently, they have to get their orders filled first before the ones who already have 2 can get that filled. So finally, I broke down, and Rhonda insisted that I get Carson a puppy, and so we got her a little miniature long-haired dachshund named Tippy Toes. So when she saw that she had that puppy that morning, I felt almost good about giving that puppy to her.
My favorite memory of Christmas, I would have to say it's probably from about 3 years ago. My kids and I got out in the front yard, and there was just a ton of snow. It was probably 9 or 10 inches of snow, and we built the biggest snowman ever. I think it was probably an 8-foot tall snowman, and it took us about 5 or 6 hours to build it, and it was just a lot of fun spending time with the kids.
And then one year that's kind of memorable for me is when we hit teenager, we started bugging our parents that we didn't like what they bought for us. And so when Coca-Cola t-shirts were the big thing, my mom bought Pepsi, and we're like, really? And so we kind of gave her a hard time about it. And so one year she decided it was a cash year. And so she wrapped cash in all these boxes. And then the memorable part was not the fact that we got cash, but what we did is we would burn all of the wrapping paper and stuff in our fireplace, and my mom was so worried we were burning money. And she's like, count it! But I think my favorite gift was those socks that are multicolor, and each toe was a different color. My taste is so interesting.
Just growing up as a kid and how excited everybody was to get up Christmas morning and open presents.
I was probably 5 or 6, and I really wanted a Barbie doll. Or actually, I wanted a Midge. My sister wanted a Barbie, and we really wanted them. Back then, you didn't get one for just every occasion. You had to wait for something special like Christmases, because they probably were all of $3. But anyway, so we suspected we were going to get our Barbie and Midge, so we wanted to check it out. We kind of knew where Mom's secret stash hiding place was, and it was up really high in her closet. So I put Terry on my shoulders and hoisted her up, and she got up into the closet, standing on my shoulders, and she discovered the dolls just as my mother walked in. Of course, she was not a happy camper. I backed off, leaving Terry dangling from the closet, red-handed, holding the dolls. Mom swore that it was all going back to the store, that we weren't going to get them. So we had to live in misery wondering if we'd forfeited our Barbies that year. But we didn't.
I have two great Christmas memories. My brother and I, when we were probably 5 and 7 years old, got a dog for Christmas. It was a Chihuahua, and that dog stayed with us until I went to college. That was the most exciting, one of the most exciting things we've ever received.
My family tradition around Christmas time is during Christmas Eve Mass. We go every year, and what I really enjoy about it is seeing the kids and seeing them do the procession, and then also the music that surrounds the whole atmosphere.
I would have to say when Christopher was 11 months old, it was December, and we took him to Silver Dollar City along with some friends of ours, and they had a little girl just a month older than Chris, and we had their wagons, and we put lights all around their wagons and had them nestled in the blankets, and just spending that time together with our babies and friends and family. And I would say that would have to be my absolute favorite memory.
My Christmas memories have changed quite a bit ever since that I've had a son that he's now 5.5 years old. And I remember when he turned 2, we had gotten him one of those Power Wheels, you know, the cars that are battery powered. And he was pretty short, you know, 2 years old, and it wasn't really for 2 years old. I didn't think he'd even be able to drive it. And he had no idea how to drive it. But we had it out under the Christmas tree, and he got up and he walked into the room and he saw it, and his eyes got really big, and he got into it. And I don't know how he knew to do this. It must have been instinctual or something, but he put his foot on the accelerator and just drove right under the trees and just slammed into the presents, and then he backed up, and then he was just like, you know, ramming these presents. And you know, so that's one of the best memories that I have of Christmas was that time.
But the one I thought of first was me standing outside in the cold with one of our white Christmases that we have had over the years. And I was grilling. We grill our turkey. We put our turkey in the same sort of turkey pan that you put it in the oven, but we get the grill up to about 300 degrees, light all the burners and put the turkey in there. And I was outside, and it's one of the first things that I'm responsible for on Christmas morning is getting the turkey ready. So I put on these special red, and this is what makes it a very memorable and I think funny memory. These special red, I guess they're not underwear, but they're not coveralls. They're sort of like underwear and coveralls tied together. So it's like a full bodysuit of red, insulated kind of warm clothes, but you're really supposed to wear them underneath something else. And so that was all I was wearing was that set of red, whatever they are. They even have like a little flap in the back, you know. Now, of course, I had the flap closed, but
the food. I love the food. Eat all day. That's why, you know, like when we go to my grandma's house for Christmas, I don't eat till we get there. So I'm as hungry as I can be, so I can get as full as possible. That's what I love.
Was that Big Mouth Hunter? Oh, I love everything about Christmas. Of course I do. I'm over the top. I've got how many? 5 or 6 Christmas trees.
I love food. I love the lights. I just happen to decorate the tree out there, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Ah.
I love getting up. To this day, we open gifts one at a time.
Oh, everything is my favorite around this time of the year because it is my favorite. And what I really enjoy about the whole season is the spirit of it, the festivities of it, and giving. I really enjoy going above and beyond when it comes to getting gifts, and I really like finding just the perfect gift. At least they tell me they like the gift. But that's what I really enjoy doing.
I love the food, I love the parties and the festivities.
I think that everybody is with family and enjoys just the day. feels comfortable and have fun.
I love our ornament exchange that we have with our family.
I would have to say just seeing the faces on all the kids when they open the presents, and just enjoying kicking back and having a good time with family, and really about just all the joy that you see that people have.
Yeah, the marketing department has had a good year, and they're wishing good wishes and a Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Merry Christmas from the marketing department.
Merry Christmas. Please don't use that.
Merry Christmas from the marketing department.
Okay, well, I want to say something in Vietnamese. Merry Christmas in Vietnamese is Giáng sinh vui vẻ.
Merry Christmas from the marketing department.
Merry Christmas from the marketing department.
Happy holidays from the marketing department.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy the day. Enjoy your family.
And I'll see you later. Merry Christmas from the marketing department.